Batman issue 93 sees the Dark Knight confront the designer, wanting to see the full picture of his grand plan that happened years ago. Designer wants Batman to tell him, so Bruce tells him that he would have hired 5 of the greatest assassins in the world at the time to eliminate the mayor of Gotham, as well as other high-profile government officials, allowing him to install Penguin as the mayor as the Riddler cripples the city, his puzzles locking up the town and the police precincts until the cops agree to his demands, which would have been to kill Jim Gordon. Penguin would have then appointed Riddler loyalists to commissioner and district attorney roles, ushering in the new order. And with the new order installed, Catwoman would hack into accounts of the wealthiest in the city, learning the Wayne Foundation is funded by offshore accounts, which she would drain and take all the assets from, redistributing them as she sees fit, becoming the richest woman in Gotham and becoming Gotham's central bank. After all of this, the Joker gets to kill Batman and Robin, the final act of the designer's plan, establishing the greatest criminal empire, securing the villain's legacy so he can finally end his own story. Designer thinks it's magnificent, and when the plan was going to happen, Batman was still fighting mobsters, so he never would have seen any of it coming. Designer talks about how Bruce's office looks like his study in his manor, wondering what ideas he came up with in it, wondering if it's enough to save Batman. Unsheathing his fold-out sword, Batman says that he isn't the man he was back then, and he's caught up to the villain's designs. Designer reveals his own sword, asking if Bruce wants to find out if he is equal. As Batman fights Designer, Catwoman knows that Joker knew this game and wanted to beat everyone to it, something Underbroker knows Punchline also said to him. Catwoman isn't too impressed with the new villain's name, as Underbroker says that the Underbrokerage does not specialize in theft, only hiding a villain's money in hedge funds around the world alongside legal money. So Selina can't just take from a legitimate account and put it into Joker's account. Selina knows that if it's not a legit account, like the Wayne Foundation, she can, since the Wayne Foundation is a front which holds the Wayne's fortune outside of regulatory bodies inside shell companies which run and operate Wayne Enterprises. She says Bruce Wayne as a person doesn't really own much, not even the manor, and Underbroker knows that Wayne doesn't want people to know what he spends his money on. Selina says many people at his level of money don't want that, and knows the man is right, and if the money was taken, Bruce would need to prove to the police that it was taken illegally, but in doing so it would reveal the money was in hiding, and it would cause it to fall into the hands of the government. Luckily, she knows all of the accounts the money is in, and what the money needs to be put into, telling Underbroker to make her a billionaire before Harley is taken down by the clowns outside. Harley meanwhile battles Punchline, who reveals that she has a grudge on Harley, all because she got close to Joker, closer than anyone but Batman, and all she wanted to do was to fix him and water him down, which makes her angry, since Joker is fine the way he is. Harley realizes that she's a groupie, but Punchline knows that she just doesn't get it, since Joker is out there changing the world every day, showing people to laugh at death and tear down society. She says that Harley could be running Joker's horror carnival, but instead she's going to get carved up by her replacement. Harley grabs a gun, saying Joker hates it when people name his stuff for him, and his sense of humor would be less horror carnival and more like a chuckle hut. Punchline says that Joker told her that she's the funniest person he's ever met, but Harley says that he says that to everyone, including Batman, so it's not special. Harley tries to shoot Punchline, telling her Joker is a bad guy and he's going to hurt her. Suddenly Punchline slashes Harley's throat, saying that maybe that's the case, but first she's going to hurt Harley. As Harley bleeds out, Punchline mocks her, asking where her snappy zingers are now, kicking the gun from her hand and having her men toss her into the sewer as she goes to look for Catwoman. Batman meanwhile continues to fight Designer, who says that he's still missing a piece of the puzzle. Batman knows he isn't, since he put it together while solving Riddler's puzzle. Batman says that one game piece out of the configuration was the thing that he was taking from the Wayne servers, something that he wanted to keep hidden. Bruce knows the villain wanted to see how he was funding the Wayne rebuild and the construction companies he was buying to work in Gotham. Batman says he doesn't care about the design of an underworld united, since it never has been what the designer wanted. Slapping the sword from the villain's hand, Batman says the designer underestimated Joker, thinking he was just a garden variety serial killer that could be shaped, but no matter how far the designer tried to push Joker, all he ever wanted to do was kill everyone but Batman, and that didn't work for the designer's plans. Batman rips the villain's mask off, revealing a corpse underneath, saying the designer stared into the abyss that is Joker and it consumed him, and this isn't the designer, it's just his corpse, a shambling crumbling shell of the greatest villain of an older generation, cut down by his replacement, and this is an act of humiliation to mask what Joker is really after. Batman knows the designer was really Joker all along, who laughs when Batman figures it out, saying that he's got a whole war planned for Batman, and this was about breaking Catwoman while he gets everything he needs to break Batman. Batman knows that something horrible has happened to Selina as Joker tells Slade to finish the contract. Suddenly Deathstroke appears, stabbing Batman in the leg, saying that it won't kill him, but if he tries to pull it out, it will, telling Bruce to get Lucius to send medical help to him. Slade tells Joker that he expects his payment, and Joker is happy to oblige, telling him that he might want to skip town since what happens next will be crazy. Catwoman meanwhile finishes up her plan, only to be shot in the back by Punchline, who thanks her for the account numbers with all of Bruce Wayne's money in it. Punchline contacts Joker, telling him that it's done, but the villain wants her to say it, so Punchline gleefully tells Joker that he is now worth $100 billion, causing him to laugh out loud. Batman issue 93 was a fantastic build up to the forthcoming Joker War, revealing who the designer really is. The idea that Joker was using the designer's actual corpse as a puppet as a way to not just get one over on Batman by using one of the villain's older plans, but also shit all over that villain's legacy was really fucking cool and totally something Joker would do and find funny. I also like that the plan was kind of like a better thought out, less pretentious City of Bane, and something that I would have liked to have seen actually enacted, and we might actually get some of that plan enacted through Joker War. Punchline also being a take on the whole Joker, we live in a society incel meme is pretty fantastic as well, and as Harley points out, it's not funny. There's no gimmick or funny thing like what she had, which is the point of it actually, separating her and Harley enough to make them interesting. So I'm actually a little excited to find out a little bit more about Punchline. I'm going to give this issue a 9 out of 10.